Bechorot, Perek Chet, Mishnah Gimel, third Mishnah, the 8th chapter. Bechorot. We're talking about who has which child and how much you have to give for Pidyon Haben in which cases. Says the Mishnah, Mishalo Bichra Ishto, V'yalda Shnei Zcharim. So his wife never had any children before, and she gave birth to 2 children, 2 sons, 2 males. I.e., she had twins. Noten chamesh laim the coins. You only have to give one because obviously one of them is the Bechorot. Meaning we're talking about cases where you don't know which is which. So how much do you have to give? Since you don't know which is which, obviously only one of them, only one of them is a Bechorot. So the father has to give 5 slaim, 5 coins to the Kohen. So now you have 2 children. You don't know which is the Bechor, and one of them dies within 30 days. I.e., meaning you have to give within the 30, because when you give when the child dies, within 30 days, you don't have to do Pidyon Haben if the child doesn't live 30 days. In a regular case of Bechor, only after 30 days, then you do the Pidyon Haben. So one of them died within 30 days, so now the other one is living. Mishnah says, Ha'av Patur. Why? Because he can say, listen, prove to me that the Bechor is the one that survived. You can't, so therefore, Hamotzi Michavero, Alav Ara'aya, because it's a suffix. The Kohen says you owe me the money. The father says, I don't know if I owe you the money, therefore he's exempt. Now the 2 children are alive, the father dies. So the mitzvah of Pidyon Haben is on the father. Okay? So you have to pay for it. Now, you have to pay from his estate or not. So this is a machloket. The father is chayav. But now the children are inheriting the father. So when we're going to get into the details of Hilchot Yerusha, Rabbi Meir Omer, said Rabbi Meir, Im natnu ad shelo chalku natnu, v'im lav turim. He says, listen, if they paid for the father's estate before the children divided it up, fine. Then the father was obligated and you pay from his estate. But if not, let's say the children already divided up the estate. So you have this estate, okay, and in this estate, there's money in the estate. Basically, there's 2 ways to understand inheritance. So let's say the father dies and leaves his child, his 2 sons, 200 shekel. Wasn't very wealthy, sad. Okay? The 2 ways of looking at Yerusha is there such a thing called Breira? Where are we? Okay. Breira means, Yesh Breira means, let's say you have 2 sons. This one gets this 100, he left 200 shekel. But one son gets 100, one son gets another 100. How do I know that this 100 is supposed to go to Reuven and this was supposed to go to Shimon? If you say Yesh Breira, you say basically, Reuven and Shimon, they're able to, Breira means to determination. There is determination. Each son got what belonged to him. Each son is a Yoresh, is an inheritor. If on the other hand you say Ein Breira means, really you don't know which one goes to what. The whole 200 goes to both and they split it up. So therefore you can't determine who gets what. And therefore, when they split it up, they're like lukuchot. They make a deal with each other. Reuven says, listen, I don't know which is yours, which is mine. I'll take 100 and assume that you take the other 100 and vice versa. We'll make a deal. We're like merchants one with the other. So the Tanakama says the following. With regard to our case, the father dies. If the Tanakama says, listen, if you paid from the estate, from the 200 before they got to the children, fine, the father owed from the estate. But not new. Okay, im not new chaku. That's from the estate before they divided up. That's not new. Great. The imla, but if they didn't divide it up, and now the children already inherited. So Rabbi Meir says, ein breira. Tanakama says, Rabbi Meir, ein breira, and therefore, hare ein ki'ilu kanu zemizeh. They made a deal with each other. Kol echad chalko. They made a deal. Okay, and so therefore, they're lekochot. They're purchasers. And the Chamei Slaim was a chol like a mal ba'al. So the father did owe 5 slaim to the Kohen, but it was a debt mal ba'al. It was like a loan ba'al. It was like a loan without a shtar, without a contract. It was a verbal commitment. And a verbal commitment, mal ba'al. If you sell something from your estate, if a guy comes with a contract from before, that's one thing. But if a guy comes and says, your father owed me 5 slaim, sorry, I'm a lakoach, I don't have to pay you. Therefore, im lav, if the father didn't have to pay, says Rabbi Meir, turin. I'll just say it again. If the father didn't pay from the estate beforehand, the children are like lekuchot, like purchasers. The debt is a verbal debt amount they'll pay, and therefore they don't have to pay. That's Rabbi Meir's opinion. Rabbi Yehuda says, nitchayvu nechasim. Sorry, nitchayvu nechasim. Why? He holds achim shechalku yorshimim. He says no. Yesh breira. So each one got his exact $100, and mal be'alpeh goveh minei yorshim. It's not the kuchot. So mal be'alpeh pays from the yorshim, and therefore, yes, in chayvu nechasim they have to pay from the estate. I assume the brothers split it because neither one knows if he's the original bechor or not. New case, zachar nekeva. Let's say this woman, she gave birth to not two boys, but a boy and a girl, twins, boy and a girl, and kal kohen klum. Kohen gets nothing. Why? Maybe the female was born first. Maybe there's no bechor at all. We'll stop here. Dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rab Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.